Yeah, so this is a theory called self-determination theory that describes different types of motivations. You may have seen something like this before. This theory says people can adopt motivational attitudes and behaviors that are more controlled or more autonomous or internalized. So a motivation is when students say, don't know, don't care, I don't know what this is about, I don't really care. What I do won't matter, no connection between action and outcomes, I'm just going through the motions. External regulation, carrots and sticks, punishments and rewards, I have to do it, no choice, or I really want that prize, or I really want to win the competition. These are called controlled motivations, external. On the other end, we have more positive stuff. This is useful, or it's important, or it's valuable to me. That's called identified regulation. Or the best form of motivation, the most positive, is fully internalized, doing things for the sake of passion, joy, or internalized interest. And that's intrinsic motivation. These are called either internalized or autonomous motivations. You can actually measure this stuff, and there's tons of stuff out there, measurement tools, depending on what you're interested in measuring. These are some that we've used at Olin and at other places. This one I like, situational motivation scale. Ask people why they're doing what they're doing in a class. You're engaged, why are you engaged? And there could be lots of reasons for that. And it turns out that different classroom conditions will support different types of motivation. So what do we want to get that internalized drive or that intrinsic motivation? Three things. Students need to feel that they're gaining a sense of competence. They need to feel a sense of relatedness, and they need to feel a sense of autonomy. Just very quickly going through those. Competence is a sense that you're getting better, that you can be successful, that you can master what you're doing. If you see that one of your designs is working, this is design nature, you might have a better chance of gaining a sense of competence than if what you're doing is invisible to you. Relatedness, connection to other people at any level, within the team, within society, within your discipline. Team-based work really helps with this. This is a picture from a 3-college course in sustainability. This is a picture at the end of design nature, engaging with 4th graders from the local community, team of Olin students. So lots of opportunities for relatedness there. Autonomy, sense of freedom and control. Start of user-oriented collaborative design course. We don't tell students what they're going to design for. We ask them, what are you interested in doing? Oh, wait, we have people in the audience who are also in this picture. Yes. We ask students, who do you think is worth spending some time designing with or designing for? And then they come up with a list. We do some processing, and they're working with people that they think are valuable to work with. Or various technical projects where there's a lot of choice in the kind of measurements that they're doing or how they're sending things out into the real world. This is a weather balloon with a bunch of sensors. And then we can talk about goals differently. I mentioned this already, and we can draw on theory for that to help us figure out what that looks like in a class. Rob and I and others at Olin do a lot of competency-based assessment, which means we create courses around these goals, as I mentioned, and then we measure based on these goals. There are also tools that other people develop that will get at students' use of, for example, certain cognitive and metacognitive strategies, certain behavioral strategies, or certain social strategies in a learning environment. We use these things too. Does it matter? Does it matter if students adopt internal drive as opposed to external drive? Yes, it does matter. It turns out that internal versus external correlates or even causes desirable or undesirable outcomes. If you care about high-level cognition, things like creation and evaluation and synthesis, you might want to start thinking about internalized drive. The two are intimately connected.